Good morning, everyone. This is Vegas, and I'm here with Jim. Guys, miss us together, and so we're going to do a video today, and we're going to talk about NVIDIA, NVDA. So everyone's talking about this stock split. What's the hype? Can this really go higher? They're in shock that it's up this much, even after its earnings. So we're going to go to an article here, article number one, and talking about NVIDIA's press release. And you could see here that the record quarterly revenue was up 18% from Q4. It was up 262% from a year ago. Record quarterly data center revenue up 23% from Q4, up 427% from a year ago. I mean, these are monster numbers. They also raised the cash dividend 150% to 1 penny per share on a post-split basis. And so if anyone has NVIDIA stock, you'll be getting the dividend this week. NVIDIA also had their revenue up 18%. And you can see here how much money this company is making. And so if you want to go straight to Article 2, I want to highlight what the CFO was saying. And if you go to in Article 2, you could see the the fiscal results here, the CFO's commentary. And by the way, CFO is brilliant. And you could see the revenue was a record $26 billion. And also, if you scroll further down onto page three of that article, it has a section on the balance sheet, and that's really where you really want to look at when you're investing in the stock. And you can see the cash equivalents, cash balance, the inventory. I mean, they have so much cash, and I love what they talked about in this cat in the balance sheet section. They talked about the cash of $7.8 billion being used towards shareholder returns, including $7.7 billion in share buybacks, $98 million for cash dividends, and they obviously said the 10-for-1 stock split, which is happening. And so that is just incredible that this company has so much money and so much excitement. So very good stock. And question is, can this go higher? Well, let's take a look at slide three, which is the NVIDIA quarterly revenue trend. And it has the revenues by market. So if you open that one up, you have here the data center, and you have the gaming section, the visualization, the automotive section, OEM, and the total. So you could see here that NVIDIA, if you look quarter over quarter, what do you see a trend with those numbers? They just keep getting bigger, bigger, and bigger. Like it's just nonstop. Just incredible what's happening, especially the data center is massive. And you could see here a lot of companies getting into AI. It's not just NVIDIA, but NVIDIA is the kingpin of AI. So you can think what you want out there, but NVIDIA is the leader of AI, and that is why they're making so much money. The stock, even though it's having a split, it's going to definitely double or triple in the next 2 to 3 years from where the stock opens tomorrow. So if you like long-term investment, this is again my personal opinion. This is not a recommendation to buy the stock. I'm not a licensed advisor, and if you're going to make any kind of serious investment, please go speak to a licensed advisor. But I'm just giving you like my personal opinion, because I feel the stock long term in the next 2 3 years will double or triple. And this is just off the earnings results. And a lot of people miss the boat. But do you think that it's too late for you? I think not. So keep a watch for NVIDIA, because I think longer term it has great opportunities for people that like to invest. The other thing too is the stock itself. You don't want to be obviously buying right at the top, but there's nothing wrong to monitor the days where it's going to pull back. Nvidia has sells every chip for everybody, and they have an 80% market share, and they started introducing upgraded chips, and this company is just going for more. They're not stopping. Jensen Huang is amazing. So definitely keep a watch for NVIDIA for any dippable, buyable dips or pullbacks. And this is where I'm going to turn it over to Jim, because he's really good at explaining support levels and where he would consider maybe looking to buy the stock. And just so you know, I don't have a position in NVIDIA, but I do have the ETF, the bull ETF, two times called NVDL. So if you don't have, let's say, the money to buy NVIDIA stock, you can consider looking at NVDL, which is from Granite Shares. And they have a 2x long ETF. You have to be careful when you buy these because, these can also be volatile based on the price of the stock. So the ETF can obviously go up and down as well, like anything else. But this is a good way to get a starter in the stock by buying this. But now that the stock split has happened, I mean, the price of the ETF versus the stock, it's not that much difference. Just depends if you want to spend the money. So up to you. You decide what you like to trade. So I'm going to turn it over to Jim, who's going to talk to us about the stock, about the chart. And I'd love to hear, Jim, your thoughts on the NVIDIA, because I think you've been super impressed and amazed. So I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So,
Oh,
Jim, over to you.
well, first thing, I'm glad to be here with you, Miss Vegas. It's been a long time, 3 or 4 years since we've done this together, and I'm just really excited. My palms are sweating, which means I'm
Fun.
kind of happy. So, Nvidia,
Me too,
I
Jim.
have
Yeah.
I have the same vision as Vegas does on Nvidia. I think it is a game changer in our economy. It's opening up doors for, we don't even know what we're opening up. It's just going to be overwhelming. It kind of reminds us of the .com era when there were so many companies that came out and only 3 or 4 really survived. And Nvidia is definitely the top dog of the bunch. And I think this split gives you an opportunity for the small traders to get involved in this stock. So it'll bring in more traders, which will bring in more volume. And I just think with the momentum behind this stock, we're up to see, break that 120 easily. We opened up at, right now we're at 120.88. So, if we pull back a little bit, I think it'll only be at the 9 EMA on the daily time frame. And if you pull up the weekly, you want to look at bigger time frames. The split just happened Monday. So everybody's going to be excited. Everybody's eyes are going to be on this trade. CNBC, Schwab, all the uh, heavy duty fat cats are going to be watching this stock too. And on the Nvidia on the weekly, we could see a 100 for the strong buy, as Vegas mentioned, if we do get any pullbacks. But we want to keep it on that 9, and that's on the weekly. So this is all new because after the split. But for right now, we're just going to use the hour time frame. And we've got the 200 SMA on the hour, which gives you inverse head and shoulders. And if that thing pulls back to that inverse head and shoulders, I mean, it could be a little higher, the shoulder line on the left and the shoulder line on the right. So we're just going to go ahead and draw a support line right there. And that's right around 112.25. So if this thing does have a little reaction right, within the week or so of a little bitty pullback, it ain't going to be much. And it's going to probably go ahead and bounce off that chart pattern, which is called an inverse head and shoulders with a confirmation of the 200. So the resistance to break when we come in Monday is going to be this 124.50 area, 125.
Make
If
sure you guys take notes. Take notes.
Yep, if
Yeah, go ahead.
we break that 125, we can go ahead and start gaining momentum and hit the 150 mark. It's all going to be new territory, new highs, but I think like we all know that this is going to give more opportunity for people that have a little bit of money to get in this trade and start positioning themselves long. And I think any pullback on this stock is going to be a strong buy. But we're going to use the 9 EMA for right now. Come Monday on the daily. Let me find that daily. For support, and that's right around 115. Got a little gap up there. So it could hold that gap or drop right down to that 116, 115 area and still be very, very bullish. The thing's going to be bullish no matter how we look at it. And I think that's about it. So our target resistance to break is going to be 124.58 with a low support of right around 112. And then try to keep that 9 EMA as support, and we'll still go ahead and come up and break the double top and start to move up to the 130, 135, 140, 145, and then hit that 150 target for some consolidation. And I think that's about it, Vegas. I really, really enjoy this right now.
Yeah, you know what? I think this will be exciting for people that are not in NVIDIA because a lot of people miss the opportunities. So definitely opportunities this week to get some shares because this is not going to go downhill. They have so much cash flow, so much growth, so many customers. They have a backlog, so much growth. This is where you want to be, where the stock is growing. And so, still great opportunity. I'm so happy that they did a stock split because this is just so untouchable at the price points where it closed on Friday. But now it's going to be touchable. It's cheaper than Apple, cheaper than AMD. And you know what? One thing to mention, NVIDIA, the market cap outpaced Apple just last week. So, they're second place. First place is still Microsoft. So, Apple has an event tomorrow too. So that could create some hype on the stock. But I mean, there's nowhere near NVIDIA right now. But you never know. Apple could also be a waking future giant. So, but NVIDIA is the leader. And we'll see if Apple mentions anything with AI because they're not in the AI space right now. And that's why they're behind the times right now. So we'll see if they do anything and we'll go from there. But that's our thoughts on NVIDIA. I think it's so exciting to be part of this event and look forward to seeing what Jensen does in the future. Maybe he'll wear a new leather jacket because he always wears the same one. Apparently, it's some designer leather jacket, like $8,000 jacket. But let's see what happens. Look forward to seeing what's going on.
I don't think the share structure will hurt it any because it's got so much
No.
momentum behind it.
Oh yeah, the split's an opportunity for people. It's not going to hurt the value or anything like that of the company.
No.
So I think people should not be intimidated by that whatsoever, and be excited about the fact that it's done a split and an opportunity to buy some shares if you're interested in the company. So looks great.
We're going to have a link for down in the content for Miss Vegas's Twitter page, and also we're going to put her website down below in the content area. So follow her. She's a great follow. I've been trading with her for what, since 2018.
Yeah, we've been together
Has
a
it
long
been that
time.
long?
Yeah, it's a long
Yep.
time. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's it. NVIDIA. Go ahead and
Bye
close her
everyone.
up.
Have a great week.
Yabba dabba doo.